walk on walls.
Oh no,
That
that's
sucks.
not that big.
I know, we replaced her with a bard. Or him, sorry.
Could be worse.
Wait, you took your ranger that everybody thought was a bard and then replaced it with an actual bard.
Yes. So he started out as a bard, and I was like, I like ended up befriending this animal companion. I was like, fuck it, you know, we took this hiatus from the campaign, we came back, and I was like, all right, well, I kind of want to make him a ranger. It kind of fits in with this whole animal companion theme. But never got rid of my instrument, so everybody thought he was a bard the entire time.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, wait, you're a ranger? And I was like, yeah, actually. And they're like, what?
And then later on, they're like, wait, you're not a halfling? No, I'm an elf.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Have you told us the truth at any point in this campaign? I don't know.
Their defense. Your defense. You never asked.
This is true. Nobody did ask.
God.
And when they did ask, I was truthful.
Well, I didn't see fit to mention it defense.
Yeah.
It's great because when he switched out his ranger for the bard, yeah, we're totally going towards the tree.
Okay, well, that I lied.
He's been lying to you how many times now, and you're gonna believe that he's taking you to the tree when you can clearly see the tree. And it's not this way.
Don't
not
worry
that
about
tree,
it.
it's
We're
another
totally headed
tree.
that way.
Like, fucking... It's just...
In my defense, I wasn't lying about the shortcut. I was not.
Well, no, you weren't lying about it. You just didn't know that it was sealed up.
Yep.
So,
All right.
that's nice.
Welcome, friends, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, and I don't know, fucking quarters and dimes and nickels.
And pennies.
Well, no, I don't welcome pennies to this place.
Oh.
Those fuckers can get right out of here.
What if it's a shiny penny?
All right.
Crush it. Turn it into something.
Turn it into something worth more than a cent.
But a penny is worth more than a cent, not when you
Yeah,
spend
1.6
it, but when
cents.
you buy it.
Fucking. Anyways, we can talk about United States economics and how Canada is superior in every way later. All right.
Oh yeah, because you guys still have pennies.
We still have pennies, and they won't get rid of them. They have refused. Anyways.
I too like throwing away money.
So you guys had a pretty interesting time.
Interesting weekend.
Yeah, I had a pretty interesting weekend. But that doesn't matter because I want to die. All right, welcome back to What Lies Below campaign. This is that place where we're stuck underground and all the points are made up and nothing matters.
Hey.
There's just a giant lake.
Yeah.
This doesn't have...
Grids.
Yeah, this isn't gridded.
I didn't know
This
that.
is a world map, technically.
Yep, this ain't gridded. Yeah, you can like turn the grids off and everything. You can do a lot. Oh.
Why?
And I actually have a scale for this somewhere around here, but I don't know where it is. But all right. So last time we met up, you guys had gone to check out to this cave where the Displacer Beast is, that was rumored to hold just thousands of gemstones beyond measure, beyond comprehension. And what you discovered was that A, Displacer Beast was kind of scary, and B, it really did have a lot of gemstones, quite a few. Rel, being Rel, touched a pillar that she probably shouldn't have touched. Probably. And being the inquisitive person that she is, asked some questions she might not have been able to ask. And then eventually found herself in a hidden room, in the same room as the spire, with a skeleton and a satchel. And in this satchel, you found an egg-shaped ruby. Each scale of this egg-shaped ruby, it gives off light, little hints of light, almost like a current router. And for all intents and purposes, that seems to be what it might be. Some kind of special current router.
Or a key.
Or key.
Or a living
Or
thing, which...
could be an actual egg.
Yeah,
It could also just be a big-ass fuck-off ruby.
It could be, but I'd rather be sure.
So...
before selling it and say, oh, we need this.
with that,
So
return to camp, and you had picked up your follower, Zhao. He's been with you. So far, seems pretty amenable to the party. He doesn't seem to have a whole lot of ifs, ands, or buts, so long as everything's running smoothly. And now you are back in camp, and I believe we ended right as you got back to camp.
Yes.
Like, literally right after you got back at camp, I think we ended. So
Yeah.
you have returned to camp. Is there anything anybody wants to do in town?
I want to talk to Rel before she leaves, and I'm gonna talk to everybody, but I wanted to ask Rel if she knew. Rel, would you know how to what could be used with the displacer beast glands and teeth?
Would that probably be nature?
Yep, be a nature check.
And could I give her help?
Yeah,
And your follower can give guidance.
you can.
Sure, why not? Let's do it. 21.
Not bad. 21. Displacer glands are some displacer beasts, not all of them, as far as you know, have a toxin. Some of them have different types of toxins, and this one might have been something along the lines of an ice kind of toxin, perhaps. Maybe that's what was causing those ice things to kind of materialize on you. It could be made into a weapon, perhaps, or it might be able to be harvested and placed on ammunition. You could almost make a poison out of it, maybe.
Okay, I relay all of that.
Okay.
What about the teeth?
The teeth don't have any special use, as far as you know. They're just teeth for the most part.
Okay.
I relay that as well, obviously.
Okay.
So I do have to ask, which shards do I sell and which ones do I not? Gems, I mean.
That... Well, your idea with keeping... your idea with the sunlight ones isn't bad. We might want to keep a few of those.
Well, we have 12. I still have 5 in my bag. Those are the dawn shards, if I remember right.
Do not forget we have to report these.
Oh, yes.
What did he say, love?
I mean...
You have to report them.
Okay.
But if we report them, Akira's going to make us give them up.
Maybe not. We seem to be doing special work, and maybe he can make an exception this time.
Well, I've asked him about it before.
Well, what did he say?
Well, he said... Let me see if I can recall his words correctly. I asked, and he said he would prefer to have them as they are running, especially any powerful ones, and, or rare ones, and, ember shards and, sunstones, are generally very, very rare. And we have a couple other rare ones that are...
The sunstones, the heartstone, the frost gem, ember
The actual
shards.
rarity of these, ember shards are actually just the tier above uncommon. I think that's just rare.
Oh, okay.
Sunstones are rare. Mind gems are very rare.
So it's possible he'd probably give us any, make us give up anything that's considered rare or higher.
Maybe. Huh.
How about this? Since we have 12 that we mined, we keep 6 and keep 4 for us for personal use.
We don't have to necessarily report it to Akira. What if we go talk to Bryce?
Hold on. Who's Bryce again?
Bryce is the commander of the vigil. Or Hayan.
You don't think he'll make us give him up too?
Not if I ask nicely. What were you gonna say, Spirit?
To be fair, there was a lot of them there that we just didn't even. So I'm sure if we tell them that, that would also give us a little more.
That's true. But we should also be stressed that that pillar is very dangerous and no one should touch it.
I'm all about reporting to my superiors. I respect the chain of command, but I wanted to talk about the pillar. Should we actually report that?
Well, I mean, say you're minors that you were sent down there. You see a pretty pillar. You touch it.
But I'm an adult. Oh.
Yes, I'm talking about normal people, though.
No. I thought you meant something else.
No.
Minor, like minor, not minor.
They also might just try to mine the pillar and destroy it in the process.
As much power as that was giving off, how much you want to bet it can be destroyed?
Arcana check from any of you that want one.
But I already have a chip.
Yeah, you do have a chip.
11.
Alright, I'll do one. Why not?
Fucking yikes.
Hey, can I steal
These
the
rolls. Sure.
guidance?
I sure shit don't want it.
I imagine. I mean, within
Oof.
rights say that it can be destroyed.
You do know that it can at least, at the minimum, be damaged because you do have a chip from it. So you're very positive that it can be damaged. You are not 100% positive it can be destroyed, and you are positive that if it can be destroyed and it's done improperly, it could probably kill everyone in the room. You've seen what happens when current routers are fractured, and there's a reason that mining them is an extremely dangerous job and pays an enormous amount of money.
Yeah.
Hazard pay.
It is like super hazard pay. Like if you want to, current routers in like a current router miner in this world is the equivalent of somebody going off and like being on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean for 6 months.
Oh.
Since I don't really know what your experiences were with the pillar, since Mrs. Hey, why don't you touch it, you, and see what happens?
Well, I mean, I don't know, she was fine. I wasn't. Never know. That's just what I'm saying.
It didn't kill us. Sure, other people would be fine-ish.
If it means binders can handle anything over there, I'm sure they'd be fine. Just make sure I'm with you whenever they go deal with that.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't touch it.
I don't care what they do, as long as I'm with you.
Okay. So, what do we need to do in camp before we talk to them, or?
It's up to you.
I'm just getting a list of order. I have sleep before we report, but
Yep, you guys are pretty close to getting exhaustion. Well, I mean, you got a couple hours left, but also everyone go ahead and knock off like I believe it would be like 2 rations for me.
I think I've been doing that already.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I have 2, but I'm not sure.
Okay, cool.
I'll turn it down to 16, just to be safe.
Oh god.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? You got the whole camp to yourself. He's like, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm very tired.
So, you want to report after sleep?
You do what you want to do. I will see you in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Morning.
And he wanders off back to the vigil camp, presumably to sleep.
Presumably. He's actually just gonna go get shit-faced and hire some hookers.
That sounds like a... I mean...
I offered it to him!
That sounds like a you thing.
I offered it to him!
Oh.
She did.
In chat. Yes, I did.
Of course she did.
And he was like, no. Quote unquote, getting along.
Getting along.
God.
So
Use a slut.
Hey, I was mainly kidding, but I mean, if he wanted to take it seriously, I probably would have.
Oh.
Well, you probably would have.
No, I mean, I wouldn't.
Maybe.
where it's like, I'm not RPing that.
I would
No,
have
I'm
rolled
good.
for it.
All right, anyways.
Amalia's gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay. Bro, what are you doing in camp?
Is everyone else going to sleep?
I guess we
So-
are.
So far.
I'm going to make like we report to the Black Slinks camp. That way
Okay.
we get Siege's body before we report.
Okay.
That way we can get him up, if possible.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to look for someone to cut this diamond first off.
Yeah. I also have a few
Alright.
things I'm going to do before sleep, though.
Roll me an investigation check to see if you can find a jeweler. There is one in the camp. You have no earthly idea. You ask around and you fucking talk to people. No one has any clue. They're like, I'm not really sure. We haven't really needed a jeweler. So yeah, no jeweler, unfortunately. But like I said, that 100 GP diamond will function for your spell.
Yeah, no, I just...
Is it consumed on use?
No, it's not. I
Okay.
just... So there's like 50 GP worth of diamond here that like I don't need.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes that's how the real world works. You're like, well, I don't have an option other than to use this expensive shit that I have.
And plus, you could always look for another one later. Another person later. Or, yeah.
Yep.
Just means you weren't having luck.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no jeweler, unfortunately. Looking, you do not find one.
Okay. And I already rolled for trying to find a fucking identify scroll.
Yep.
So... I did that one thing.
That one thing.
Yeah, that one thing. I guess that just leaves talking to Haruka.
Okay. Now with this, Heather,
Hmm?
no metagaming.
Oh.
Understand? Thanks. Alright. You do approach Haruka. The password is still the same. She is in her little shack. And what do you have for me today?
Oh, a ton of information. Is there a place to sit down in here?
Yeah, there's like there's a little stool, and she's sitting on right now on these like big cushions that have been fashioned out of like random shit.
May I? And Rel gestures towards the stool.
No. Give me information.
All right. Rel sits down on the floor. So, couple things.
Okay.
We did not make it to floor 3, however, we took care of the displacer piece that I had before mentioned. It was guarding a trove of... What is the word slipping my mind? Current matters?
Okay.
Like many.
Like how many? If you imagine the most amount of current routers that you can imagine, that's 10. Now imagine 1. That's a 1. Where does it sit?
10?
10.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of leans forward a little bit in her cushion. And this was past the Kobold encampment?
Yes.
Interesting.
Also past there, excuse me, sorry, was a, I'm not sure if it was a current router or some kind of crystal with sentience. But
She raises an eyebrow at this mention.
there was this giant, for lack of a better term, pillar of crystal that gave off energy similar to a current router. And Rel pulls out the chip.
Okay.
Um,
Let me see it.
she hands it out to her, drops it in her hand or whatever.
You watch
I'm
her
assuming
eyes.
that's the kind of person she is.
Yep. She takes it. You watch her eyes flash for a moment. She kind of cocks her head to the side. Huh. Have you told Bryce about this?
About the chip? Well,
Yes.
about any of this, no. We had plans to inform them a bit on the morrow.
Tell him every bit of what you just told me. She hands you back the chip. Make sure you spare no details.
Okay. There's something else. Placing my hand upon the pillar, it spoke to me.
This was the sentience that you'd mentioned.
Yes.
What did it say?
It had told me all of this, and Rel gestures to, everything, is his.
She sits up. Did it give you a name?
It did not, no. It also asked if I would like to make a deal.
Narrows her eyes. What did it offer?
Power.
Rolls her eyes back in her skull and kind of exasperates. It's always power. It's a cliche.
That was my take on it.
Well, did you accept?
No.
Smart. Power can mean a lot of things. Too much of it will kill you.
Again, that was my take on it. Plus, it didn't even ask it didn't even say what the terms were. And I'm not fond of taking deals that I don't know.
I'm not fond of taking deals at all. Not like that. You did good. Kind of sits back again, crosses her legs. Tell me, do you know much about this place? Deep Hollow, as they're calling it?
Not particularly, no. I know that it's ancient.
We have information, a little bit of information that I've gleaned from some of my particularly loyal subjects here in camp, about the way some of this might operate. They found something of an instruction manual, I guess a journal. Tell me, was this crystal, was it nearly perfectly formed? Did it look sculpted?
It did, right? I believe it did.
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
And it spoke to you when you placed your hand upon it, but not before.
Yes. However, it did seem to lure me in.
I do think that's right. If I am correct, I believe that what you found down there was a stone of concentrated altar. I don't know if I am correct. Nothing like that's ever been found before. But if I am, and I tend to be, that's the most valuable thing you've ever laid eyes on.
It was concentrated what?
Altar.
Alter, as in like ALTER?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know much of the altar? You can roll an
can't-
Arcana check if you want.
Sure.
You've heard of it in passing. You don't really know anything about it. You know that it's like a theorized second form of magic that's supposed to like run parallel to the aether, but it's mostly just kind of like a theory. It's not necessarily proven to even be real.
Only that it's like a supposed another form of magic that runs parallel to ether.
Right. So, if you found definite proof of it, well, that would be quite the achievement, don't you think?
Rel's eyes kind of like light up, kind of realizing like what exactly she's implying. I believe it would be.
I believe it would. Do me a favor. Let Bryce know that it talked to you. Tell him where it is. But if he decides he needs to send a team to investigate it, offer to go yourselves. And when you get there, kind of tilts her head to the side a little bit and leans back, destroy it.
How?
Magic. Cast spells, whatever you need to do. The altar is reactive, as far as we know. Etheric magic, such as yours, may have effects on it.
Couldn't that also prove incredibly dangerous?
It could be. I suggest that you take caution. I do not want Akira getting his hands on this. It would be a major win for the Mages Association, and a major loss for the College of Ashara, but I do not have the manpower to mine this thing or extract it from its current area. So, convince Bryce to leave it alone. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Perfect.
Had
If he
plans
does
on that
decide
already.
to send a team and decides not to take you, come tell me immediately and I will take care of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
There was one more thing.
Okay.
And I don't know if this helps any with your assessment of what it is. When I pulled my hand away from it, I was blasted with some kind of dark magic.
Did it burn? Well, I actually have to make her roll an Arcana check for this one. What? Okay. Natural 20. Did it burn?
Would I have felt that it burned or not through the false life?
Yeah, it burned.
Okay. Yes.
Was it fire?
No, it was literally dark.
Like actual
Like magic.
darkness?
Yeah. I think that was how you described it, like actual
And your
white magic.
flesh, did it slough off afterwards? And she looks down at your arm.
No, I took precautions before I entered the room and casted false life on myself.
I see.
And I think that protected it. However, I get the impression that it would have.
I suggest you avoid any such magic in the future. It may prove detrimental to your health.
By that magic, you mean the pillar?
Yes. The pillar.
Oh yeah, I found that out. All right.
Go and be a good girl for me and ensure that this is done. I don't want Bryce getting his hands on that pillar for now. Not anytime soon, nor Akira, insufferable rat.
Rel kind of chuckles softly. Yes, madam.
Leave me.
Rel stands up and walks out.
Okay. She doesn't even acknowledge you as you walk out. She's just currently like cleaning up under her nails.
I just didn't want teleported, okay?
All right. You, what are you doing?
Well, be looking for him, but I would also be doing this. And
Armor, see what else can be made by it.
like,
See what I can. No glands. Okay.
like,
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
9.
Quick summary. Rel talked to Hiroka. Haruka speculates that the pillar that you guys messed with was a pillar of altar, which is a secondary form of magic that's kind of theoretical, might not exist. And Haruka is up to same old shit. So.
Sounds about right.
All right. 9. Okay. So currently, you do find someone that can make this armor, but they are swamped with orders right now, especially since they are one of the few leather workers in the camp. So it might take an extended period of time to get it done.
I need it done soon. I don't need it done later.
It might take up to about 5 days.
That's fine.
Okay.
I ask him also what can also be made with the leftover armor.
Let me see who this leather worker is. I don't remember if I actually named the leather worker. Hold on. Google Drive! Huzzah! Let's see here. We've got to figure out what's going on. I don't think that's going to be his accent. That's very annoying, you know?
What is that, Australian?
No, it's like a shitty British accent.
Oh. Well.
You got to take out the T's. Shows that you've been in London.
Oh. Yeah. I hear the British now.
Okay, cool. So one of the leather workers is actually a member of the circles down here. And he does tell you that it would take a long time because he's swamped with orders. And if you wanted to make things out of what's left, you would have 2 pounds of the hide left. And he thinks the best he could do with that is maybe some gloves or some boots, maybe.
Some gloves would probably be good.
Okay. So he's like, I'm not really sure what the gloves will do, but you know.
It's worth a try. I mean, it's literally an invisible monster that does.
I'll see what I can come up with. But you got to come back in like 5 days, and this is going to cost you a little bit.
How much?
130 gold for both.
Well, I will give you 15 for now, and hopefully after I sell some things.
You need to roll a persuasion check. That's a pretty low deposit.
That is how much I have.
I mean, the way life
25.
works. 25, pretty good.
Oh
You
shit!
say eat it?
Yes.
I'll fucking ban you from my games.
I'm not allowed to
All
play
right.
around with you, you ass.
Yeah, he... Alright, that's fine.
Trust
So-
me, I'm part of the Merchants Guild. I would never rip someone off.
Oh, you're from the Coalition.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm
All right.
also one of the people that is actually going down deeper.
Side note, you're actually part of the Historian Merchants Guild, not the
Oh.
Coalition.
Oh,
The
no.
Coalition's the crazy-ass motherfuckers.
Oh, sorry. I meant Oh. What was
Eat it.
I forgot. You have so many Merchant Guild thingies. In
No, I
there,
only have
so
2
I'm-
Merchants Guild.
Oh, well, it's
There's the Argent Trade Coalition and the Historian Merchants Guild. The Argent Trade Coalition is a massive company based out of Ardfadaya, and their job, if you know anything about the East Indian Trade Company in real life, they are basically a direct analog to that. They kind of just go around and colonize places that haven't really been colonized and fuck shit up and, you know, like control economies. That's kind of their whole thing. The Historian Merchants Guild is actually a proper merchants guild, where, you know, it's just a bunch of free trade activists essentially.
It's actually a historian. Sorry.
Oh, that's better. The Coalition's a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, they're fairly crazy.
Well, come back later and I'll have your armor done. You gotta pay me the rest before I'll give it to you, though.
I
Otherwise, I'll
promise
just keep the
I will.
hide.
Or I will give you items in value.
I take cash. Thank you.
What about diamonds?
I take cash.
I understand. Don't worry. I'll get your money.
Kind of leans in a little bit.
But if you can get any smuggled current routers, I really need one in particular.
Which one?
Well, there's one that allows you to.
I like how you is just like, which one? I got you. I got you covered.
If you can get me some smuggled goods, I got you. Like,
Well, there's one. It's I don't know what they're called, but they're a green stone. They're made out of peridot, and well, they allow the wielder, the person attuned to them, to do interesting things with the earth around them. I would like that one.
Ooh, I think my friend had one of those.
Fucking rip! I gave
Nope.
it away.
That is not. It's not an earthstone.
Okay.
But
The earthstone amplifies earth-based effects. This one literally grants you the mold earth cantrip.
okay, I will definitely keep an eye out for it. Do you know what exactly it looks like?
It's made of peridot. Do you know what peridot looks like? It's like a smoky emerald.
Okay. Do I know what that looks like?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Smoky
yes,
emerald.
you do.
I'll take out my journal and write that down real quick.
Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody in the world has seen peridot at least once. So
I don't think I have.
even if you
Or
don't,
maybe I
yeah,
have.
you 100% have. Even if you don't think you have, you have. Shit's everywhere.
shit, man, you live down here. You should know what it looks like. You were
Oh.
molded by this place. We just showed
Molded.
up.
Molded by it. This is peridot. I'll put in what lies below chat. That's what peridot looks like.
I love Peridot. It's so pretty.
It is pretty. It's like the fucking poor person's emerald.
The poor person's emerald.
Also, if you
So
search
good.
peridot on images, it's just nothing but Steven Universe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Okay.
All right then.
Looks like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of gemstones where you have to put the gemstone name and then gemstone after
Oh
it.
God! Oh, I went too far. No. What the fuck? All right,
What have you
internet. That's
done?
enough. That's enough internet for me today. That's enough. If you keep scrolling down, all of the Steven Universe stuff keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh.
It's like, oh, this is all cool fan art. Oh wait, no. Oh no, no. The internet will loot everything. All right.
I cannot unsee.
I can't. Yep, I'm done. All right. So you guys, I'm assuming, go to sleep for the night.
What about the glands?
Oh, the glands. You like Rel said, you might be able to turn them into a poison. You might have to look for an alchemist, perhaps, or an herbalist. There are a couple down here.
Would I know of anybody that could turn it into a weapon and know the exact effects?
You're talking in pretty heavily, like, you're talking in nearly enchanting territory there.
Well, I mean,
so
if I have to, I was going to bring it up to Arkin anyway.
that one might be something you ask Akira.
Akira, I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Harkin's the douchebag that almost killed you in Child of Light.
Oh yeah. Bastard.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit. He was also from the College of Ashara. Weirdly, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Call of Ashara are all fucking illithids.
Who knows?
Fucking shit! They might be a nest of illithids. Shit!
What if
That
they're
is
just
cool.
part? What if they're just part of the Temple of the Silent Hand?
Oh,
That is
fuck.
going to make Rel's goals very interesting.
Oh, trust
Please
me.
no.
I don't know. Was my master a
He was an
part of-
illithid.
He was an illithid, but was he part of the Call of Ashara?
No, he was really high up in the Trade Coalition, in the Argent Trade Coalition.
Still, he was a crazy mage
Hi,
too.
Caesar.
Most of the higher ups in the Trade Coalition are crazy mages. Okay, so you guys get to sleep for the night then.
Okay, yeah, I'll go find.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
All right. Actually, yeah. What does the Mind Current Router do exactly? never
Oh
got
shit! I forgot to do item cards for
yeah,
these.
I
Shit.
was told
Motherfucker.
you more than once.
Okay, that's fine. It grants you the Friends cantrip.
That was Hearthstone.
And
That was the Hearthstone. He's talking
Oh
about
my
the
God,
Mind
Caesar,
Stone.
shut the fuck up.
is the Hearthstone the Friends cantrip?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I might have had
The
that backwards.
Friends cantrip, and then allowed you to cast Charm
Person once a day.
Yeah.
That's what I have down for the Mind Stone. So I think I had that backwards. That's fine. We
Oh
can
my
switch those two.
fucking God.
Hearthstone is the Charm Person once a day, and Friends cantrip. Mind Stone makes it impossible to telepathically communicate with you without your will. You have to give permission. And you also have advantage on all saving throws made to resist somebody probing your thoughts.
Oh, thank God. I'm definitely going to get one.
It doesn't make you immune. It
I
gives you
know.
advantage.
I know.
Yeah. So Friends cantrip, and then
Well, Hearthstone is Friends cantrip.
yeah, that's what I'm typing in. Charm Person once per long rest, right?
Yes, once per long rest.
And then Mind Current Router is immune to telepathy,
Yep.
unless you give them permission.
Yeah, you can allow people to telepathically communicate. It's like a ring of mind shielding, except for instead
Yeah.
of making you immune, it gives you advantage.
Okay, and then advantage on saving throws against mind probing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Stuff like detect thoughts. Yeah. Trying to think of other stuff that does that. There's a handful of others. I would say modify memory is included in that.
Detect thoughts. Modify memories, etc.
No, that doesn't give you immunity or advantage against charms. Like Dominate Person would still work on you. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Because that alters your state of mind, doesn't actually probe it.
Yeah, it completely and totally alters how you perceive the world around you.
Yep, got it.
All right.
And then sunstones produce sunlight, right?
They give off true sunlight and they burn up after an hour.
How much true sunlight?
It's 20 feet of true sunlight around the wither.
And 20 foot radius.
20 foot, yep, 20 feet bright light, and I guess that would also be probably another 20 foot dim light, to be perfectly honest.
20 foot. Okay. Yeah.
That's basically a light cantrip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bright light and 20 foot dim. Okay. And then Ember Shards are fucking fireball.
Ember Shards grant you a firebolt cantrip, and that's pretty cool.
Yep. Alright.
All right. So, and then you do find Thing. He's just kind of chilling out. So,
have you slept, darling?
Sleep is, yeah, I've slept a little bit.
Well, I was thinking for cuddling. I feel like sleeping next to someone tonight.
Well, let's, go to sleep in a minute. I'm still finishing some food. And he points to, like, some fish that he has.
That is fine.
I've, had a good day. Have you had a good day?
I just got back from a 16-hour trek, so I guess
That's a lot of walking.
it is.
Yeah. Take a load off. Sit down, have some fish here.
and you two kind of spend some time just kind of going back and forth, talking about your day, etc., etc. And eventually retire and just kind of snuggle up a little bit. It's kind of frowned upon in a lot of places for people to like take partners to bed, especially here in the the actual encampment. But it does happen.
It does
So,
happen. Screw everybody. I don't care what they think.
Well, you might.
Wow.
So you guys wake up the next day, refreshed and not exhausted.
Not exhausted. Awesome.
Yeah.
Where are you going first?
I want to buy a shield.
Okay, you can do that.
Well,
Can you use shields?
Yes, I can because I
Hexblade.
am a hexblade.
Wait, really? They can do shields? That's fucking
They
dope.
get
Yeah.
they get medium armor. They get everything clerics get.
That's cool as fuck.
Like War Cleric
Yeah.
equals Hexblade.
I was looking at my proficiencies. I want to say it was on Wednesday or whatever. I was like, why am I proficient with medium armor and shields and all of these other things? I'm a warlock.
Yeah. You're
And
Hexblade.
then, yeah, I looked at that and I'm like, oh, I'm
How
an
much
idiot.
gold did
That's
he say how
it.
much it was again?
It's 115 gold, I think, or 130 gold. I'm sorry,
130. Okay.
but it's 115 left.
Okay.
As a note, I'm spending my 2 sorcery points.
Okay, spend your 2 sorcery points. Make sure you keep track of that for me.
Yep, I am.
Okay, and Amalia, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. This isn't necessarily to see if you can find a shield, because they are not exactly rare, but this is kind of to help determine the price of the shield.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a D20? I mean,
Hers is a D20. She has a +0.
Oh. Okay then.
Da.
And by that, I believe that's a little
Okay.
bit above.
So one of the quartermasters has a shield. He actually has many shields available, and currently they are all. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they are all 11 gold.
All 11 gold?
Yep, each one's 11 gold. There's various like styles to pick from. Some of them are metal, some of them are big wooden round shields. There's one that looks kind of interesting where it's like it's a metal shield, but they've put rivets throughout the whole thing, so it looks like it's like sequins, but it's just riveted. It's kind of riveting.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't deserve to live.
But why?
Oh no. I don't know why I did that.
I wanted that one, and then you just ruined it for me.
I'm so sorry. It's oh no. I gotta go die.
No, wait, don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't do
That's
that.
not.
I gotta start lacing my food with cyanide or something.
I'd say like X-Lax at the worst, but even that's going too far.
Yeah, especially on keto. Oh no.
Oh yeah, no.
There's so
don't.
much shit. There's so much of it. Make it.
No.
Anyways,
Um,
we don't need to talk about Ren's pooping habits.
No.
I don't actually know what that would look like. I'll be honest.
I don't have a gallbladder, and keto is primarily fatty
I
stuff.
meant the rivets.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant keto.
Oh God!
I was like, well, I mean, it's not pretty.
When you switch topics like that on him, he doesn't realize it. So
Okay, so
next time clarify.
Oh, okay. okay.
it looks like a big round shield that essentially just has like a lot of smaller circles that overlap each other all over it, covering the entire surface of it.
She will start thinking like a girl soon enough. Like whenever we switch topics, it's usually what we meant beforehand.
That's not
Sorry,
exclusively a
I
female
even
thing.
understood what she said and meant.
It's just a style of communication that I am not particularly used to. It's okay.
I'll just get a regular shield.
I'm just kind of stupid, okay? All right. Regular shield, sure. You just get a regular metal shield. Or wooden, your
Yeah.
choice. Either.
I'll go with metal.
Okay. So you have a regular metal shield. It's not terribly large. It's not terribly small. It's not like a big kite shield, but it is like one of those kind of classic, like, haha, I'm a knight kind of shields. I forgot what those are called. I can't remember what they're fucking called now. Buckler keeps bumping into my head, and I'm like, no, Buckler's the tiny one on your hand. Stop it. Brain.
No.
So, 11 gold for that. You have a shield.
That'd be fucking 99. Okay, we're good.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't figure out what 110 minus 11 was.
Okay.
I got to the 100 and I'm like, I don't know what 100 minus 1 is.
It helps. You is completely broke.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay.
Yes, I want a fire shield. What?
And just big phoenix feathers put the lights on fire, and you just start shooting people with the flames.
Hey, for there's a magical thing like the draconic visage that spews fireballs right back at you.
Yeah, like in RuneScape.
Yep.
Okay. So, are you guys reporting to Bryce, or do you have anything else to do?
Well, I told everybody to meet in the Black Slinks camp.
Black Links.
Yes. For Siege's body.
Oh, right, you guys are gonna go pick up Siege's body. Okay. It's not there. No, I'm just kidding. You find Siege's body, and they're guarding it. So.
And I would just be waiting for everybody to get there.
Okay. One by one, they'll eventually arrive.
You guys ready?
Yeah. Sorry. I do have one important question, quick.
Sure.
Well, actually, no. I can wait. I'll just message you it.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Taking Siege's body, the Black Links, the few that are remaining, because a lot of them haven't returned from their trip yet.
Yeah.
Take the body up to the Athenium, which, by the way, is a pretty long walk. Just so you know, it takes about an hour to get from the Ford camp to the Athenium, so it's a fucking hike.
It's a fucking hike, but they got big ass muscles.
Yep. As you arrive in the Athenium, it's hustling and bustling as usual. There seems to be like a rotating shift of people translating books, and some people are going back and forth, and you see the 3/10 of the triumvirate all kind of off to the side, and the only one of them that you see currently is Hayan, and she's currently at one of the like main planning stations, where it's got like a map of what they've seen so far and resource nodes and the like.
Was it Arkin or Hayan that we had to talk to about the body? Do I keep getting the names mixed up, or is it just me?
You do.
I'm forever leaving their pictures open. There's Hayan.
Archon. Oh, it's
She means
Hayan.
Akira.
Oh, okay.
Akira, yeah.
Okay. I think it was Hayan. I could be wrong. It could be Akira. But if Akira's like, I don't think Akira's a cleric, so.
I think I couldn't remember if it was Hayan or Akira that said that he could do it as long as he had the diamonds.
I think it's Hayan.
It was Akira.
Yeah,
Oh, was
okay,
it Akira? What?
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep.
What class is Akira?
He's a cleric.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Well, alright, that's what I get.
He's not even an Arcana cleric. He's a knowledge cleric.
Hiccups. Make it stop. Okay, so do we talk to Hayan? Or do we go get Akira? Or do we get all three for the report?
I think all three is probably the better choice.
Okay. I'll go tell Hayan that we're here. And then everybody should convene if they can.
High on what?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
You asked for it when you named her that.
I'll just go cry in the corner now.
I gotta die. I gotta. All right. So you end up going up. Wait. So far, the only one you see is Hayan. So do you talk to Hayan, or do you like some Akira, or are we like moving past this and you like murder everybody in the room? Do you like save state and then you're like, all right, fucking get ready to die, guards?
Well,
Oh god, no.
No.
You would go to Hayan and ask her to get everybody else if she can.
No, you need Akira?
Yes, Kira for Siege. And
Turns around, she
report.
picks up like a big rock and she just chunks it at Akira's tent.
Well, that's
Get
what
out here, you lazy bitch!
Wow.
Like you.
Wow.
So wait,
Like-
is Akira a guy or a girl?
Guy.
Akira's a guy.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Akira comes out. He's like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Come on, you got what to do."
Good morning.
Ugh. Why am I
Before
awake?
before we begin, Akira, I actually had a question for you.
Yes. What?
I need a 50. I need a diamond worth about like half the value of this one. And she holds out the 100 GP diamond.
I showed you all the diamonds that I had. I don't have any.
Okay.
She's asking
This will be relevant.
if you have a $50, 50 golds, sorry, GP worth of
Okay,
diamonds.
he's
she can
answering the
exchange.
question.
Yeah.
He answered the question. He
He
doesn't
has
have any.
small
He show.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any that are worth 50 gold.
Oh.
Yeah, I
He
need
has, like,
one.
He has
I
like
need- Sorry.
50 gold total worth of diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rel needs a single diamond worth 50 GP to cast her spell.
Just, I've
well,
got a lot of more diamonds in my pack. We can sort through them.
Well, I was
Wait
just
a
checking. This will be relevant a bit later. I just needed to cast a spell. It's not consumed or anything, so. Yeah.
Relevant.
Oh my god.
What is going on today?
I had D&D with Shannon and Caleb and them yesterday, so
Oh,
the
no.
puns are still here.
This will be relevant later, but I would like to trade for it as I don't need one quite this. Rhea?
Well, I mean, all right. I don't have one to trade right now.
know you
so
don't. I know
I'm
you don't.
sorry.
I got that.
Oh, okay.
It'll be relevant later.
All right. Now, are we doing this? Are we doing this ritual then?
Yes. How much do you need?
I need 500 gold worth of diamonds.
I
9.
Hmm?
Sorry. I was talking my head.
I was okay. I hand him the sack of 500 gold worth of diamonds.
Looks at it. Where did you get this?
Let's just say it was very, very fruitful where we came from. We'll tell you about
In
it
diamonds?
afterwards. First
Oh.
body.
Okay. All right.
Report
That's a fair
later.
trade.
Hyon is like eyeing it like, what the fuck? Okay. He sits down. He has them kind of place Caesar's body on the ground and draws a ritual circle around him. Sprinkles some dust over the ritual itself and takes some diamonds and places them in like careful positions around the body. And then draws a couple of glyphs on Sige himself, one on each of his hands, one on each of his feet, one on his forehead, one on his chest. And when he's done, this will be much easier if you can assist, perhaps.
No.
Have you ever done one of these before?
Has you ever done one before? Or at least
I would
witnessed
say-
one?
I would say you can roll for it, see if you've ever seen. Anybody can roll for if they've ever brought somebody back to life or like has assisted or helped or something like that. Just roll a
Had a
d100.
memory at least.
Yeah.
100.
D100.
I don't think Rel would have helped.
I know Amalia wouldn't have helped, but I don't know if she would have seen one happen.
Okay.
I don't know. Would Rel have seen one happen?
Technically possible. Like the Mages Guild employs all types of mages, so I think that includes clerics. There's no real distinction between divine and arcane magic in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
know.
kind of there, but it's more thaumaturge versus animancer.
And they use animancy, right?
Well, it depends. Clerics are thaumaturges.
Oh, okay.
Wizards are animancers.
And sorcerers are thaumaturges.
Yes, if the magic comes from within you, like a paladin, a cleric, or a sorcerer, that's thaumaturgy. You're drawing on your own life force. Animancers draw on latent energy around them.
All right. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I could help?
So yeah, you can make an Arcana check to see if you can help.
Okay.
Yeah, you think you might be able to assist, and he seems to be willing to explain the process. So,
All right. Sorry.
I just need somebody to offer something. There needs to be an offering made.
32.
It could be anything relevant to him. With a 32, you have seen one but never participated.
Offered.
It doesn't necessarily have to have monetary value, just something that would be important to him, perhaps.
Would a light spell work?
Maybe, if that was something that he valued.
I mean, I know we used to use it quite a bit when we were traveling together.
Well, it might be worth a try.
I cast the same red glowy light that I used to give him.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
So, it's at this point that you notice that the circle is split up into 3 very distinct parts, the circle around Sige. And as you cast light, you kind of reach down and cast it on one of the diamonds near him. That entire part of the circle, all the diamonds in that circle, all begin to give off this kind of faint energy, and they all chain together, like energy creeps from one diamond to the other.
Do you...
Sorry,
continue.
No, go ahead.
Do you still want the D100?
If you want to roll for some history, sure.
Okay.
It's just a way of rolling for backstory.
Okay. Then never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Because
Okay.
Rel wouldn't have assisted. That's what the Arcana check was for, to see if I could figure it out.
I see. Okay.
Does any of his men that brought his body over know how? Or
One of them
what?
steps up. I could have something to offer, but if you have something, you were the ones he was with when he died. You take priority.
What? I didn't know him well enough to actually know what could be of use.
Well, he, I mean, light was I feel, personally, and he said this, that the light was a very good fit for him. And light was something that was important, as he couldn't see in the dark as we can. However, that's of physical importance and not necessarily sentimental importance. Does it need to be sentimental?
It doesn't have to be. It could be physical or anything that might assist the soul in returning.
Can we only use one thing, or does...
You can use whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on.
You watch Raynor, who is the kind of like, he always seemed like he seemed important to the Black Links, and you don't really know exactly what he does. And Ponacambo are both standing beside each other, and Ponacambo is like,
Do you know of any sounds that he liked to hear, or musical notes?
He never was one for music, really. Amalia, when you say this, Ponacambo steps forward, and he reaches into a little satchel that he has, and he pulls out some of this, almost like a spice, and he motions for you to hold your hand out.
Is this the spice he put in the soup?
It is.
God. I was literally like thinking, I was racking my brain. I was like, he put something in his soup, and I don't fucking. I was like, we need to cook. And then you were like, yeah, this guy steps forward. I was like, oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. He places the spice in your hand, and motions towards Sige. And you've all met Ponacambo at this point. He's mute. He can't speak.
That perfect. That's for a little clarification, Amalia, that's I sat with Siege and well, his company, and I think he's particularly fond of that spice.
Okay. And I walk over to Siege.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was talking to my mother. I missed a little bit there.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Basically, there is a resurrection ritual going on currently with Siege, and to be resurrected, the DC starts at 40, which is impossible to roll, and so you have 3 chances to assist and bring the DC down. Every time you bring the DC down, it goes down by a pretty significant amount. And when the person is finally resurrected, their actual DC goes up by 1, I believe is what I have it set at right now. And once your resurrection DC hits 50, you can no longer be resurrected ever. Period.
Okay.
So C's resurrection DC right now, I will say, is 41. He has died before.
Ouch.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, with that said, every success brings down the DC quite heftily. So, and it's a DC
Every
15 to
assist.
succeed. Yes, you can have up to 3 assists.
I figured out what I'm
So.
gonna do.
Rel's assist succeeded, so that brought down the DC quite a bit. So you're more than welcome to try.
Yeah, I guess I'd walk over to Siege with the spice. I don't know what I'd do with it though.
You
Huh.
have some food waiting for you. Wake up and smell it.
Ponakembo comes over and kind of makes a sprinkling motion around one of Siege's hands.
I guess I copy the motion?
Sure. Sprinkle the spice over his hand. It kind of falls gently. It's like a. Even from this distance, you can smell it. It's kind of. It's almost a little sweet. It's like cinnamon, but a little earthier, stronger. And as it hits the ground, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give her assistance?
No, you can't give it assistance on the assist.
Okay.
So, 20. That's a success. Parts of the diamonds in this area chain together with this little bright light that seems to connect all of them. And another third of the circle is lit up. The DC is more within a reasonable grasp.
Okay.
Well, we can still do one more, right?
You can.
You is going to go near Siege's head, kneeling behind him on his head.
Okay.
And put her fingers in a crown shape on his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And do prestidigitation, and the music that's back in the back here. It does that, and she lightly says, as she's close to his head, "It's time for you to come back. People in your company still need you."
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check.
14.
Okay. The circle lights up.
That's all 3, right?
Yep.
That is all 3. Nakira's like, all right. Oh, I haven't done this in a while. This is going to be difficult. Would somebody like to make his spellcasting ability check for me? His spellcasting ability is Intelligence. He has a +5 to Intelligence, and he is level 17. So, what is that? That's +11? I think so. Yep.
If your cunning's proficiency. Yeah. Another question.
Sure.
Could I potentially use my sorcery points to help?
I would say you could spend 1 sorcery point to drop the DC by 1.
Sure.
Okay. What do you do to do this sorcery point?
As he starts casting the spell, like Grail kind of gets like up beside and starts like her fingers kind of glow, like light up with a little bit of electricity, and she edits the circle a little bit, adding like just a sort of rune in a place that necessarily wouldn't have one.
Okay. And Akira doesn't seem to notice as he's so focused on this. So somebody can roll me a d20 plus 11.
Yeah,
the DC is pretty low, so
16.
that is a success. You really only could have failed on a natural 1. So he bolts right up from out of the circle. You can hear just the bones creaking in him as he sits straight up. Where am I?
Camp.
Back at camp, yeah.
He looks around and... What happened?
That enemy kicked your ass. Is what happened. No
He
offense.
glares at you.
No offense.
I'm sorry.
He looks over and Rainer and Ponocambo are both there, and Ponocambo helps him to his feet and he gets up. All right, stands up straight. Status report, how long has it been? Rainer immediately just begins feeding off information, like super detailed bullshit too. Like, it's been this many minutes since they brought you back. Blah, 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 blah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's got this shit down to a science. As Siege listens, he nods and he turns to all of you and your positioning needs a lot of work. It's actually garbage.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Gives you a nod. Thanks for bringing me back. We have work to do. He turns back. Where's the rest of the crew?
I think they're still out.
They explain that the crew is off on a mission, wreaking vengeance. He shakes his head.
Told you they needed you.
Pointless.
It's actually not pointless. We didn't clear out the area, so we do have to go back there.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure it was safe for people, and they were going to bring back a few resources that we found.
Akira kind of jumps in. He's like, are you sure you're okay? Siege gives a nod. I am requesting permission to retain myself at camp for the time being. Think I'm better off here with my men. You just kind of, that's going to be up to Hyon. Hyon gives a nod. And she's coming back from the dead is not easy. Take your time. Thank you. He salutes. Turns to you all, gives you all a nod. Rainer, fill me in as we walk. And directs Rainer out of the room, and Ponocambo just turns around to you and he mouths thank you. And he follows Siege.
Okay, let's start with, where is Zhao with us?
Zhao, you guys, I don't think you ever picked up Zhao, or did you?
Well, I think
I
he was
would've-
there when we were told to meet here, right? Or at the Black Links camp.
Backlinks.
Yeah, that's true, actually. So, yeah, he's with you.
Okay.
He comments on this as well. He's like, oh, somebody brought back from the dead. That's, wow.
He did level up,
Supposedly.
right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Okay, cool.
He's level 3 now.
Cool.
So,
Sorry.
I don't think I switched his character sheet over though. So, I think I just have it on D&D Beyond.
It says he's level 3 here.
Might not
You
have
can
finished
see
it
him?
though. Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
he
I
should
couldn't
be
find him.
under. What is it?
Humanoid under monsters.
Yeah, that's in the wrong spot. Anyways, you should be under named NPCs. Hold on.
Ah.
Zhao. Named NPCs, right there above Alyosha.
Yeah, he only gets second level spells at 3rd level, so I think he's updated just fine.
Does he have the spells on his sheet? Oh, he does. Okay, I did update him. Wow.
Wait, under
Huh.
Alyosha.
He's above Alyosha. You won't be able to see Alyosha.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Did I ever give you a handout for Alyosha?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I think we got a picture.
Okay.
I think we got a handout.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it.
Anastasia.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no, we only got
right.
Anastasia.
Well, I don't have a handout for him right now, so there's that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Oh, maybe I
Okay.
was just thinking of the picture on the.
The token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Handouts.
Why
Weird.
is protection from poison on your toys?
I honestly don't know.
Whatever, but I got it.
Toys.
I'm looking at a sheet.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you all have access to a sheet, so. Alright, so Akira and Hayan kind of Bryce has now come out as well. It seems that they went to go fetch somebody to get Bryce, who is basically in the equivalent of pajamas. And he's
Why am I awake?
I don't know. Because you're alive. That's why.
Just shakes his head. Maybe that's a bad thing.
Akira finally speaks up. He's like, now, would you tell us a little bit about these diamonds and where you found them?
Yes, we found them.
Yeah.
The Displacer Beast was. We killed it, and I skinned it, and I also have glands here that I don't know what to do with.
Oh, we can talk about the glands another time. I'm interested in the diamonds.
There was a lot. And a lot
He
of...
looks over to Hayan. Looks to you, Rel.
And a lot of
Give me a
current
report.
routers.
Okay. Well, we traveled east from the Cobalt Camp. We came across... Oh, it was like an 18-hour march or so. We came across, about halfway there, a doorway leading south that contained magical darkness and shadows. We wrote warnings on it. I believe there were about 12. Past there was the lair of the fucking Displacer Beast that the Cobalt had told us about, as well as a monumental cavern of... Not monumental, but a gigantic cavern of gemstones and current routers of all kinds. In the back
His eyes
of
are just like getting wider as you speak.
In the back of this cavern was a pillar that lured me in. I believe it's very dangerous.
Lured you?
Yes, I will tell you everything. Lured me in, and spoke to me. I believe it had some sort of I believe I was under some sort of charm effect. And it talked to me. It told me that everything down here, and Rel gestures to like everything, is his. He then asked me if I wanted to make a deal. Offered me power, but didn't say what the terms itself were. Then said we would talk. Potentially talk again. I believe it's very dangerous. As I pulled my hand away, it blasted me with some kind of dark energy that, if I had not protected myself before I entered the room, would have lost me the use of my arm. My advice is that we should stay away from it.
I have to agree. Considering Mrs. wanted me to touch it.
Can any of you corroborate this story?
Of the pillar?
Yes, and the current routers.
Yes, there was gemstones and current routers and The pillar did speak, yes.
They wanted me to touch it. I didn't want to touch it because I saw what it did to Amalia, or tried to do to her. Just saying.
It is.
But
I have a speculation that he may be in control of the oozes in the Stem Coast.
that would mean everything as well, including the undead.
Yes.
He looks over to Hyan, and Hyan has this like look on her face, and it's just like, oh, what's who has the highest insight here?
1 second.
That's not Zhao.
I have +2.
Okay.
I have +3.
I have 0.
All right. So 13 is the highest passive insight here. Oh, that's interesting. Would you give us a minute? He turns around to Hyan and kind of pulls her off to the side and pulls Bryce to the side, and they whisper to each other for a moment.
Can I make a perception check to try and...
You can.
I can read lips.
Do you have Observant?
Yep.
Ooh, I'm gonna give you a perception check with advantage because of it. And Rel, you can make a perception check if you want to hear it. Anybody that wants to hear it can make one.
Perception check with advantage.
Yes,
Nice.
because you're relying on sight instead of just hearing.
Well,
Nice.
That's about right too. Yep, they rolled pretty fucking high. So, I guess I'll average their stealth rolls for this one. Bryce is 0. Hyan is 3, and Akira is 3. Cool. So what is that? 0, 3, and 3? You just barely succeed.
Awesome.
That's
Me?
a DC of... Yeah, that would have been a DC of 17, and you rolled an
Nice.
18. So, it's actually like a 17 point fucking... like 17.68 or something. So, you would just barely meet the DC, because it would round up, so... Holy shit.
round down.
Oh yeah, it would round down. It wouldn't, so it's still a 17. But anyways, you get bits and pieces of this. There's a lot of references to the journal, and there's a lot of references to the gate.
Haruka had mentioned a journal, right?
Yes, she did. When they get done talking, it's only a few, like a minute, if that. They all turn back around, and Hyan holds out her hand to all of you, kind of not necessarily looking for a handshake or anything else, more than just gesturing towards you. And she, I think it's time for you to come with us.
Well, I have one more.
What?
Rel produces the shard that she took. I shot it with a Numidian bolt after it tried to get me to kill myself, and that pissed me off.
That was very dangerous. You are insane.
Yes, I am.
She went and touched it again. Just saying.
What
I did.
the f-
That was when it told me to kill myself, and I do not like people, or entities rather, forcing me to do things against my will.
I would imagine not. I don't like it either.
So I tried to see if I could destroy it.
Talk no more of this. Come with me.
Do you not want the shard?
Not right now. Come with me.
Okay.
She seems urgent. She looks at Amalia and you and Zhao.
All of you come too. Please.
Good, because I don't
okay.
like being left out of the loop.
We need to talk.
Let's go. Okay, and she begins walking with Bryce and Akira in tow. You watch as 2 Vigil Mage Binders also join Bryce, and somebody from the Mages Association, one of the higher-ups, you don't really know their name, because they're kind of just like, they're more or less a glorified assistant to Akira, falls in line as well. You guys follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lead you to one side of the Athenium. It's pretty far out, and you watch as Hyan places her hand on the wall and then moves it in like a few very specific ways, and the wall slides inward. Inside is a large, relatively empty room. There's a table set up here. It looks like there's an alchemy lab, and the walls, you notice all of the walls are covered in runes. I mean, there's hundreds of runes. Inside. Let's go. And they all fall inside, turn around and wait for you.
I follow.
Okay.
Yep.
Zhao follows. He's just, oh, that's fancy.
We're not
All
gonna
right.
die in here, are we?
Who knows?
Possibly.
Great.
This is
We
when
know
no one
too
can hear
much.
you scream.
Well, this is. Yay.
Okay, so you enter.
Yeah.
Okay. You enter, and the door closes behind you. No one can hear us through here. It is soundproof and magic-proof and many other things. This is, she holds out her hands, the control room. From here, we understand very little. We know we can control a few things, but not much. We think there are more of them as well. Our initial schematics of this area, created by the Mages Association here, and she motions to Akira, show that there might be as many as 12 of these control rooms. She, does air quotes. And, we also found a journal in here. The journal itself contained some very important information. It was written, it was written in a language that none of us knew, but thankfully we have a couple of very talented code breakers.
Like, what kind of language?
We don't know what it is. Akira jumps in. I'd never seen anything like it, and I can speak every language known to civilization.
Probably a very ancient language then. Very ancient.
What was this again? Sorry.
It was the journal.
Oh, it's the journal. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. And the journal was locked in here.
Yes.
How did Haruka know then?
Who knows?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Bryce steps forward this time. It's been our prerogative since to continue deciphering the journal bit by bit. We've learned a lot from it since then, but we don't know enough. What we do know is that there's a lot more below this, and the only way we're going to get out is to see what lies below.
Roll
Now.
credits.
Roll credits. The one thing the journal keeps referring to in the early stages is the gate. We're not sure what this actually means, but we assume it's a gate. Potentially. So far, all attempts of teleportation within this area have dissipated. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But we think that this is a way in and out of the complex.
And where's this supposed gate located?
Supposedly, 2 more floors down. The end of floor 3. Each floor is referred to by a different name in this journal. They're all given names. We've been giving them numerical assignments, mostly just to avoid confusing people. But floor 3 is referred to as the Black Temple.
I'll send what that's supposed to be.
Huh?
Do you think it could be called the Black Temple because someone resides there?
It's possible. We're not sure of the denizens here. So far, the journal hasn't mentioned any of these stone men or the oozes or the kobolds. It just mentions the inner workings of this place. This whole underground structure is incredibly complex, and we've really only scratched the surface as far as we can tell. If you, well, we want you to go out, and we need you to find the entrance to floor 3 immediately. As fast as possible, expedite it. This pillar that you found
It's it could be potentially a key to the gate.
Bryce,
Hmm.
I could have a team of mage binders go investigate. We could
Um,
potentially harvest the pillar.
I have a request.
Yes.
I would like to be a part of that team.
Kind of folds his arms. Why?
Well, I've had first-hand experience with the pillar.
Yeah, she's got the point. Roll persuasion.
Oof.
Okay. If and when the team is formed, I might consult you about it. For right now, our number one priority must be finding the gate. You can find the entrance to floor 3, then we're going to worry about the pillar afterwards. For right now, it's not a priority. I would like some of the current routers there, though. If we could potentially harvest some of those, that would be ideal.
There's a lot. We harvested.
High on nods.
Would you guys happen to have I have a pickaxe here, but I need a stronger pickaxe if I'm ever going to keep mining for you guys.
So far, you've not mined anything for us except for those diamonds, which were
Diamonds?
yours.
Yes. Which
Well,
you asked for.
we did harvest some current routers. A small portion of what was there.
It was teeny tiny.
Were there any interesting ones?
Yes.
Oh.
There are some ember shards, some sunstones, and a heartstone.
A heartstone. Akira is like, oh, heartstones and ember shards. And... we need a team to harvest some of these guys. We really do. They would help us so much. Think about it. We can have people with firebolt that can't even cast magic normally.
And while we're there, you could have the expedition team doing research on the pillar as well. And I can point out all of the fancy places with the all of the places that I saw rare current routers while we're there.
Quite personally, I don't think any of you should be fucking with the pillar. At all.
I mean, I agree, but
Same goes for you.
I don't want to. I'm just saying, if we're going to be fucking with
You touched it twice.
Then... Yeah, so I know pretty well what it does. Don't
it does
fuck
sound
with
rather dangerous.
it.
I'd honestly
tried to
rather
get me to
wait.
kill myself.
I'd honestly rather wait until I can get a full contingent of mage binders together. Send them out with a team of ordinators. Hyon nods. I think that would probably be best. But we do need to mind these things.
And I request again to put me on that team, as I know the signs of the pillar's influence and the effects that it has.
I'll think about it. For right now, we need you finding floor 3. You're our only expedition team that's not died horribly.
If you are going to send a team down there, I suggest being very, very sneaky and very, very cautious when you're going past that way.
Why?
Because of those shadows. There was a lot.
Shadows? He raises an eyebrow.
I included that in the report.
Yeah, he included.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I included
shadows.
We barely skirted past them. Like, they were that close to the
The shadows are of little consequence to a team of mage binders. What are you saying, Will?
Did I include the part about Rel being put under influence and forced to walk forward through it to it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You did say that you were charmed.
Okay.
A shadow or two is not going to prove a threat to us.
There
Don't
was
worry.
12.
Oh,
She said there was
Also,
12.
Amalia?
Do any of your mage binders, can they see through magical darkness?
Poe here, and
Yeah, that too.
he motions to Poe standing next to him. Poe can. She
Ah.
has that ability.
Okay. Then, I mean, there's still 12, but if you can't see in magical darkness, you won't be able to see them
That
coming.
would be very unfortunate.
Yeah.
We wrote in every language that we know, and plastic.
Investigate this area. See if you can find any weak spots in that.
We're hoping that the way down is not through there.
Do you have a map of where you've traveled so far?
Yes, I always
Do
keep
you have a map of where this is?
Yes.
Let's see it.
Okay. She pulls out a
So,
pager stole.
You show him the map, and he kind of plots it out, and him and Hayan and Akira and Poe and fuck is his name? I don't remember the other dude's name. I'll find it later. But they all kind of argue for a little bit over like the directions and stuff, and finally Akira speaks up. Oh, but what if we just made a forward camp there? And he points to the crossroads, and everybody's just kind of like,
Seriously.
oh, that sounds like a.
Didn't Siege already
He mentioned it in passing,
Yeah,
but they kind of ignored him at the time.
Siege already mentioned that you should probably make like a checkpoint or something here.
That's that he did.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said the journal has been locked in here, correct?
Yes. Generally speaking, we have taken it out a few times, but only for quick little trysts in the night, if you will.
Okay, who all knows about this?
Everyone in this room.
Okay,
There should be no others.
okay. So, if I may ask, what do you think this pillar is?
It may be a key to the gate. It might be required for operating it. Maybe a power source. Could be some kind of current router.
Or it could be like a.
She points to you. A surveillance device.
Yeah, so surveillance.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking because they literally talked to someone.
Exactly.
And
That's what I think it is.
Clearly, they could see Rel whenever they came through the thing.
What is your take on it? Amalia? Rel? Zhao? How do you feel about this?
I think whoever is in control of it, or whatever is in control of it, needs to be stopped.
I can agree with that. I don't think I could agree more with that than I do right now.
All right. Zhao speaks up. He's like, it's kind of whatever. There was a lot of money to be made.
I would
Oh,
personally like to destroy it, but if it's something that's needed for something else, destroying it might not be the best idea.
I'd like to avoid destroying it for now. In fact, I don't think we should mess with it at the moment.
Yeah.
Just give it a little time. If we can find a gate, then we can actually perform experiments.
Rel, the
well,
shard.
Yeah, and Rel produces the shard again, the chip.
Akira takes it.
I shot the pillar after it, tried to get me to kill myself because I don't fucking take kindly to that. Pardon my language. And I shot it with a Numidium bolt, as I figured it was magical, and Numidium is pretty decent against magical things.
Break my pickaxe.
That too. And I wanted some range from it. And I managed to chip that chunk off. That is from the pillar itself.
Akira seems to be studying it, and you watch him cast Identify on it. That's really weird. Huh.
What?
Well, it returns nothing. Like it doesn't exist.
Wait, what?
No, normally when you identify a non-magical item, it will at least give you some properties of that thing, hardness
Yes.
and the like, and this returns none, no properties.
Oh, that's very weird.
That is strange.
Indeed.
Unique. But it's clearly tough. Like a diamond.
You as an ooze, isn't she really unique?
Oh my god.
I
Oh
can't.
my god. Please.
I did,
I have
Mr. Puns.
a very strange idea. If can you detect magical things through it? So what I mean is, if you block something magical while trying to detect magical objects, does it block your ability to detect the magical item on the other side?
Kind of cocks his head to the side, pulls out his necklace, and places the chip over the necklace and casts Identify again. Or not Identify. I'm sorry. Casts Detect Magic. I can still see it.
Oh.
But this doesn't show up as magical.
Okay, never mind my thought.
Interesting. I will do studies on this then.
Speaking of studies, that little small fragile chip that I gave you, what'd you get out of that?
Which one was this one?
It's the shard that I found in between the crossroads in the middle.
Oh, the thing from the ooze?
Yeah.
Okay, he, yes, it appears that this was some type of, well, weird substance. It behaved like a current router, but it's not.
Are
How
they
does it-
similar? One's fragile and one's not, but would... Maybe. No. That's a random thought.
It was very much an animantic magic. That's all I know. Okay. I was like, all right, are we going to go and find for 3 and possibly die? Probably.
If it would be alright, I would like to wait at least a few days. Well, But I'll talk about that here in just a little bit.
I do have a question. Do you have any thoughts on what might cause something to not return any information at all from Identify?
Kira shakes his head. I've never seen that before. And neither have you, Ro.
Well,
Even
yeah,
though
that's why I was
don't
asking.
Identify, but
Yeah. But Ra would know, like, that's pretty weird.
yeah, Rel would be like, oh, that's strange. What? You have your mission?
Yes.
Do you have any further questions?
When are you planning on sending out the expedition team?
It'll probably to investigate the pillar. That will probably be at least. It'll be after you find the gate at a minimum. We don't want to mess with that thing until the gate's been secured. If it's the key, then we can test it and see. If it's not, well, we can test it and see.
Makes sense. All right.
I do want to send out a team of miners, if you don't mind.
Just
Bryce.
make sure not to touch.
No, of course not. Don't touch the pillar. That sounds very dangerous for most people.
Yeah, I was just making sure you would tell them, because, like, stress it if you have to.
Don't tell them. Let them go. Everyone kind of looks at her, and she just kind of laughs a little bit.
No, that's how they go to the south at the wrong time.
Oh. That sounds fun.
I don't want them dying to things that they couldn't even see.
Well,
That-
maybe they shouldn't have died then.
Well, but then that just adds more numbers to the shadows, and that's...
I'm joking, gosh. I would never send anybody to senseless death. I only send people to deaths that make lots of sense.
If you do send a team of miners, make sure the ambassador goes with them, because of the threats that are on the path.
Yes, that is very important.
That's
Cobalt.
understood. I was really hoping you'd never
I'm
mention
sorry.
that.
I didn't want them to die. I'm not
Understood.
stupid.
I will send the Tacitus with them to make sure that they don't, get blown to bits.
Yes, perhaps talk to the kobolds about so that we have an ambassador here for the kobolds. Perhaps talk to them about
Sending a second one.
a guide, so to speak,
Well,
navigator.
we've been talking about the kobolds, and I think one of the things that we could do is establish a fort camp in the crossroads, and perhaps establish a line of trade between. Secure the path between the two, and, well, there won't be no need for traps there.
Good point. Okay.
True, but oozes plus cracks plus cone stirs equal bursts out of ground anyway.
Right, but there is always guards that we can post, and as soon as we get the ability to spare them, that is.
Yes.
Trips back and forth from the lake have been rather dangerous lately.
Would you like us to take a peek at the lake while we're here?
Why would you want to take a peek at the lake?
Because you keep saying it's dangerous and people keep dying.
It is dangerous. People do keep dying, but I don't think you're going to stop the ooze menace anytime soon.
On that topic, are there any developments on the ooze and Stonecrest invasions?
We have not seen a Stone-Cursed invasion in 3 days.
That's good.
When did
Yeah,
Rel
this-
tell Haruka?
3 days,
About the-
give or take.
It was about 3 days,
Was it? Okay.
give or take, yeah.
Interesting.
It has been quieter. There are even incursions up to the far ends of this floor have been relatively quiet. But the lake remains dangerous.
Okay.
All right.
Is there
Um,
anything else we need to ask them?
Yes, actually, I have 2 more questions.
You do ask a lot of questions. What do you want?
I'm a very inquisitive person. I believe that is how you get ahead.
Killing people also works.
Ah.
That too.
Not wrong.
But I don't think
It's a joke.
killing anybody here would be a good idea.
Haha.
That's how you go to jail.
It was a joke.
Um,
Of course it was a joke.
You see, I don't go to jail if I'm the leader. Ha. I'm a funny mood.
Rel actually gives her like an angry look.
It's a good way to get
Right.
a coup, though.
Well then, I was hoping I could ask about. I asked about a certain current router.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did too.
Right. Well, we've turned up very few, unfortunately. Perhaps this will help, but I'm assuming that maybe it will. But we can provide you with a frost shard.
Do we have one of those? I think we do.
We have
Hold on a
frost
minute.
gem.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Does this mean we get to take a break?
I don't know.
Ooh. I think he's
Okay.
just
Shit.
doing something real quick. Get
All right.
a drink or
Sorry
something.
about that. I don't know if you do or not.
We have a frost gem apparently.
We have
Okay.
frost gems.
Frost gem. That's what he's talking about.
Oh.
I can provide you with a frost gem. Other than that, I'm afraid I don't have
very many things available at the moment.
That's fine. Can you give me a picture or description of what the type of current router I'm looking for is?
What kind of current router are you looking for?
Basically one that was similar to the Earth one, but like it did it for lightning damage.
Oh, okay.
You had to add your ability modifier to any lightning damage you dealt or something like
Right. Yes. Well, it looks a bit like this, and he takes out a sheet of paper and he kind of draws. It's a kind of a brilliant white color.
that. Okay.
Specifically, the gem that you're looking for is a lapis lazuli. So,
Okay.
If you want to, we could go back and check to see if there's one there.
If you happen to find one, or several, would you be willing to part ways with it?
we do have some. I might be convinced.
Oh, you have some here then?
We do. They are currently owned,
Oh, okay.
but I might be convinced, perhaps. It would take some drastic convincing. That is what a lapis looks like.
Might I interest you in a trade then?
What's your trade?
How rare are these?
They're on the upper echelon.
Which one?
They're not exactly common.
Okay.
The Earth Gem did not do the same thing as this. They're two very different things. The Earth Gem allowed you to recover one spell slot from an Earth spell that you spent per day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was...
The Earth Gem modified Earth spells in that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I was thinking of an example that you gave for it. Okay.
No. The Lightning Gem grants grants you the ability to add your lightning damage, or add your ability modifier to any lightning damage that you do.
Okay.
So.
Well, I have a... Ooh. I'm assuming you don't have a problem with us keeping the current routers that we found, correct?
If there were as many as you're saying, I don't think we'd need the extra.
Oh, there are. Well, I might be willing. Like, would you be willing to trade a? I've got several ember shards, a sunstone, and a hot stone.
Roll a persuasion check, but your DC's pretty high.
Can I even roll this high?
You can technically roll this high.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Is that what I needed?
Yeah.
What did you trade again?
A whole bunch of shit. I'd be willing to consider it. That, and if you find the gate, I'll be willing to trade. So, you can trade him all of those things, and once you have found the gate,
I need to know.
Oh, hang on. Let me double check.
And once you have found the gate, with that trade, he will be willing to part with his own one of these stones.
Okay. I'm trading the ember shards, the sunstones, and the heartstone.
You have 3 ember shards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those 3 are gone.
Yeah, and the sunstones and the heartstone.
Both those sunstones, really? Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm not giving the one that I have.
No, that's fine. It was everything that Rel had.
And then a heartstone.
Yeah. No, I didn't offer up anything anyone else had.
With that said, there are some frost gems available, and of course some earth gems, and
Would you happen to have one that molds earth?
molds earth. Oh, I know what those are. Those are. I don't think I do. I can check for you, but I'll have to get back to you.
I would like one.
Understood.
Here, and Rel will actually give the stones the current matters.
Okay. He takes it. Thank you. Hard gems are hard to come by.
I figured. I'm gonna hold you to your deal, though, for the... once we find the gate.
I do not go back on a deal.
If you want me to, I'll sign up a contract for you.
I also don't sign contracts.
It's
Too much fine print.
I don't cheapen.
Neither
one,
do
and
I.
Don't do loopholes.
I don't do contracts. I promise. You have my word. If that's not good enough, take your things back.
No, that's fine.
Understood. Thank you.
One last question.
Oh.
Would you happen to have a identify scroll?
Roll me a d20. Or, yeah, a d20. I happen to keep one on me.
Would you be willing to part ways with that?
I suppose it does cost me some money to make these, though. Do you happen to be able to pay for it?
Depends on the price.
It is 60 gold.
Yes.
That's how much it costs in materials, and you've done such great work so far. I'll sell it to you at cost.
That's perfectly acceptable. Rob produces 60 gold.
Actually, I'm sorry. If he's selling it to you at cost, it's actually 50 gold.
Okay.
To be fair.
Gold.
Yeah, it's
So
50 gold.
She produces the 50 gold.
Okay. So, and you get a scroll of identify.
I'm not sure if that was gaming the system, but I figured it'd be.
No, it's not gaming the system. It makes sense. It makes logical sense. Identify is one of his main spells, so.
Yeah.
You takes out the displacer beast glands, and there's not a table, is there?
Yeah, there's a table in here. It's like a little station set up.
I lightly set them right, like not on something, but like on the thing, cause I imagine they're still fucking cold.
Yep, they are. Hyon pipes up the second you bring them out and says, "Are those displacer beast gland? Oh my god, kill me!
Displacer beast glands.
Are those displacer beast glands?"
Yes.
Yeah, she asked you if they're
Yes,
that.
they are.
Yes, they are. I don't know if I should get it made into a toxin or what an item with this particular thing would do. So
Make it into a poison. Apply it to your arrows. Kill your enemies. Do you want to use arrows?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Shoot people. With cold.
But what if you applied it to a bow?
Then you could hit people with the cold bow.
I'm just imagining.
Yeah, she's got her eyebrow raised. She's just like, I mean, it's possible.
I'm imagining.
Would be very ineffective.
Just holding a bow and hitting people with it.
Just think about it. If it's a crossbow, I mean, it hits a certain point on the bow and it makes it magical all of a sudden.
It's not really how this works, unfortunately.
Yes.
You can turn it into a poison, or you can build a melee weapon out of it. It's pretty much all you can do.
What is the melee weapons going to do?
Okay, so what this does is, if it's a melee weapon, then it does an extra 1d4 cold damage on a hit.
Okay.
But it will eventually run out of charges.
Okay.
So
poison.
It's basically a poison to melee weapon, and if you turn it into a poison, you can apply it to a melee weapon or arrows, anything that pierces the skin. And it will deal 1d4 cold damage on a hit.
Okay.
So, and how many do you have? 3?
2.
2. Okay,
There
so
was only 2 tails.
that could make 4 vials of poison or 1 melee weapon.
Okay. Do you know who could do this for me? Or
We have an alchemist if you're looking to do poison.
I'm debating on if I want to turn it into a poison or just sell it to them.
I'm not sure if anybody would buy it. I don't think it's going to be too effective for us. Might be very effective for you, though.
We will see.
I suppose we will.
What's the name of the alchemist?
The alchemist's name is Chun.
Shun.
C-H-U-N.
C-H-U-N. Shun. Sounds like a funny name.
Chun is a wild elf from Wild's Peak. And he is a member of the Historian Explorers Guild.
Okay. I return them to my back.
Okay.
I believe that's everything. Are you guys done?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and you, I'm assuming, exit the room.
Yeah. Can we take a break first, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
You can take a break if you guys need to pee or do whatever else you gotta do.
Well, I've got to go take care of Papa real quick and then go
Okay.
pee as well. Remember the cluster of diamonds we got that were magical routers? Current routers.
Okay, and I will send you the rest of that here in a minute. Well, word wrap. Cool. All right. So, are you guys taking extra time in camp, or what are you? How are you spending this time?
Let's see. Okay. So what exactly are we selling?
I mean, we can sell some like excess of the current routers that we have.
What about some of the Dawn shards? Would you guys be alright with that? Because we have
Dawn
12
shards
of
are the
those.
light one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have 2 people that can cast a light cantrip, so.
So.
Yeah.
And one of them doesn't even need it.
In reality, you can just pick up a rock and make it a glowy rock.
Yeah. Like, she could literally, like, I could cast light for myself.
Okay, sell all those.
Why do I even have the light cantrip at this point? I don't.
To give someone else light so that we have, like, light in the front and back.
There you go.
There's a potty in the front and in the back.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my great gibbly goobers.
Did you see my question, by the way?
Yes, I did. I told you I would respond. I'll send you the rest of that in a minute.
Okay.
Just actually turned Scottish. Oh,
Okay. I thought you were typing out the history stuff.
I was.
Is Kirk a dwarf?
Kirk? No, he is not a dwarf.
Aw.
You wish.
I wanted an angry dwarf.
Huh?
So,
You stupid fuckers! I'm gonna sit on your desk.
sell the Dawn shards. Are you alright there? Are you sure?
I don't want to live. All right. So, what you doing?
Calculating. Just give me a second. Damn. I'm not sure what everybody wants to sell. Is there anyone particular that actually hands out other than Arkin for shards or gems?
No, the shard trade for all of the current routers is basically controlled by the Vigil and the Mages Association, and there's only a few people that can buy and sell them. It's pretty much just the quartermasters.
Okay.
Also, we have 1.75 pounds of pneumidium still.
Yep.
We could use that for your pickaxe.
We could, but unless Amalia doesn't want it, I will not use it. Well, if she wants it, I will not use it.
I don't think I'll be needing it. What does Numidium do again?
If you make a weapon out of pneumidium, then it, whenever you hit somebody with it, if they're concentrating on a spell, they have disadvantage on the concentration check. And you can also make a pneumidium shield, and that one gives you shit. Hold on.
I didn't even think about the shield.
Yeah, I could have a shield made out of it.
Well, I don't know because I don't know how much I'll be using a shield. I'm still testing stuff out, so
Yeah.
I don't want to make a pneumidium shield and then be like, I don't need this, and throw it in the air like a graduation hat.
Spell attacks made against the wielder of a pneumidium shield are made with disadvantage. So, like a firebolt.
That would be badass.
Yeah. Doesn't affect saving throw stuff like a fireball, but a full set of pneumidium armor does.
Which we no way in hell have.
Yeah, no, you would need a lot more pneumidium. But you might have enough for a shield. 1.3 pounds is pretty light.
1.75.
1.75.
Yeah. I took it as we have 1 pound and 3 3/4.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're not terribly heavy. You'd probably be looking yeah, You'd probably be looking at needing at least 15 pounds of pneumidium to make a good shield. So
Damn.
you do not have the pneumidium for it. How much does a shield weigh in 5e? That's the question.
5 pounds, I think.
Oh, this is the spell that I'm looking at. God, I'm so stupid. I'm like, wait, what? Shield weighs 6 pounds, and I would say at a minimum you're gonna need 5 pounds of that as pneumidium to make it effective. So cannot do the pneumidium shield yet.
Wait. I'd say I probably won't use it.
Okay.
Unless the only time I could see myself using it is if I decide to use like a one-handed and a shield, then I might use it for the shield, but
Okay.
So how many days are we spending?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Also, what would be the best material to mine current routers?
Pneumidium is pretty effective.
Are you okay with me using the rest of it for
There's
pickaxe?
also adamantine, might be even more effective. You can get some adamantine.
Okay.
Medium.
Weirdly, there's also ironwood. You can make an ironwood pickaxe. That's technically a thing.
Amalia,
pardon?
would you be alright with me using the rest of that for a pickaxe?
Yeah, that'd be fine. We'd probably get a lot of use out of that.
Alright. Alright, yeah, sure. Guess we'll do that.
Okay. All right. Would cost you. It would take. Let's see.
Well, we already have to spend a minimum of 5 days. for
Your
our-
smith is going to have to be pretty skilled here because a pickaxe is pretty heavy. So, pickaxe weighs 4 pounds. You have almost that 2 pounds, so I'll allow it. But the smith is going to have to make a check to see if he can actually make this, because you are skirting the edge of just not having enough. Actually, you can make a light pickaxe. That's totally a thing. Hold on. Haha. Okay. Would not be quite as like incredible or anything, but it's a lot lighter. Yeah, you could make a light pickaxe. They weigh 2 pounds, so you would have enough. They're just not a heavy pickaxe, so heavy duty mining might not be a great idea with these, but if you're doing some light mining, it should be pretty good.
We okay with that, or do we want the heavy duty one?
The heavy duty one will require a check, and if it fails, the pneumidium will be consumed, just as a note. But it is ultimately going to be better for you if you manage to get it. Light one does not require a check.
What if we help the smith make it?
Are any of you trained in smith's tools?
Not.
No.
Then I wish you the best of luck.
Trained in weaver's tools.
Yeah, we're gonna weave the threads of reality to make this work. My weaver's tools. Listen, weaver was a shitty class. Oh, fuck Guild Wars.
Should we gamble with it?
I mean, we're stopping by there. We might be able to get more.
It's possible, but the company said they would snatch it up, and we don't know if they'll be back in the next few days or not.
How much do we have to pay him to make the small one?
Small one would be 25 gold. The large one is 40 gold.
Can we pay him a little extra to use some of his supply?
He doesn't have any fucking pneumidium.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well,
this shit's pretty rare.
Okay.
Like it's kind of cool to even see a smith that knows how to work it. It's not a common material at all. In fact, it is the rarest of the rare materials.
Okay. And what exactly are the differences between the light and the heavy again?
Basically, it's going to be time spent mining. Like if you have a light pickaxe, it's going to take you a lot longer to mine just a ton of stuff. And it's also less heavy duty. So if you're trying to mine something that's absurdly hard, you might not be able to do that. Or that's absurdly like you could probably do diamonds with Numidium.
Small.
I mean, you could do diamonds with steel, so.
But I meant like big deposit, not.
Well, you just break it up into smaller chunks.
Yeah.
How much longer are we talking about? And wouldn't a lighter be more accurate technically?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Double time.
How difficult's the check? Do we know that?
It's not information you have.
Okay.
If we're not willing to gamble, I'd just say get the other one.
I mean, the company isn't back yet. We might be able to. Persuade them to give us some since we brought back diamonds to resurrect Siege.
Possible.
We're going to be running into them since we're going that way anyway.
Assuming that we're leaving camp.
Alright, so what are you doing? I need a decision.
Would it be faster? Would the light be faster than what we have right now?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag linear progression.
Okay, I say light, personally.
Okay.
We can upgrade it. I mean, like, we can make another one later.
That's if we get it.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Alright. So he says that he can do that with that amount of material. That's not too bad. And that it will cost you 25 gold, and he can do it within the next couple of hours.
Okay.
So we'll just, since you're spending more time, since you're spending the full day in here, just go ahead and add a Numidium pickaxe and subtract 25 gold.
I don't have any gold. So I don't know.
Well, you better get started.
Do you guys need me to pay for it?
I can contribute like 10.
I have more than enough gold. I can pay for it.
Well, I mean, I haven't sold anything, and I literally have to pay 115 gold for get in exchange for that molding earth
So
thing. So I need time to do this.
who's
I
paying?
will pay for the pickaxe.
Okay.
I will get you back here in just a minute.
25 gold
Fine.
to Amalia.
Why don't we just split it?
I have no
I
gold.
I have a shit ton of gold. It's fine. I got the pickaxe.
Oh, okay. All right.
The pickaxe has been paid for. He takes your money gratefully.
I'm sorry.
And
I literally gave my last 15 gold for
there
some
you go.
armor right now.
So looking at the current routers here,
I want to see if we can exchange one for the mold earth one that I'm looking for.
they don't have any available.
Damn it!
Get a description of it.
It's literally one that lets you cost mold earth. It's
Yeah, but get a description of what it looks like.
I know what it looks like. It's smoky emerald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
better.
No,
I mean,
we'll get you. We'll make a diamond tiara for you. How's that?
No, if you're gonna make a tiara, it's gotta be at a
The bones of my enemies.
I was trying to think of like something orange.
The sunstone
There
is orange,
are orange stones.
right?
I just
All right.
couldn't think of any. I kept thinking of red ones.
I think there's like orange variants of quartz.
You technically do have an orange. You have an ember shard.
Ember shards are kind of a red color.
What does the sunstone look like?
Sunstones are orange.
Okay, I hand her the sunstone. There you go. That's payment.
No.
First off, it was out of character. Second off.
Yeah, come in.
You downloading anything?
No. If the internet shit, it's probably your face.
Oh shit!
Oh my god. Okay. So the Displacer Beast Fangs, they don't seem necessarily interested in those. The Quartermaster doesn't. There's not a whole lot they can do with that, so they're kind of like, they're cool, but no. The Dawn Shards sell for a decent price. They'll go for 15 gold each.
15 gold each can. Okay.
So
15 gold each.
that's
Do I need to roll how much I get, or?
Ember Shards go for a really good price if you're selling those.
Mm-hmm.
Are you selling the Displacer Glands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably, because I mean, I don't have any money for making it.
So you guys actually kind of have a big haul here.
Awesome. 120 each. And I figured Camp might be able to use it more than me.
The total here. That's 200,
What?
100,
What?
240. Total here is
So they don't want the fangs, so I guess I'll keep those.
Found who?
200 and
822 gold.
822 gold. Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
Current routers ain't cheap.
Bet you they ain't.
For reference, 822 gold is more money than like your average person makes in a year.
Divided by 4, which is that. Okay. So we all get this.
$205 gold, 5 silver each.
Ta-da!
I have to do more math.
I finished it.
205 and then 5. Okay, we're good.
And they didn't want the fangs. So. And how much was the pickaxe again?
Pickaxe sold for 2 gold.
I meant for making
25 gold to buy it. Or
and
to make it.
plus 25 gold to you, Amelia.
More math.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I shouldn't have this much issues.
You know what you should do? Pull up your calculator. It's what I do.
Yeah. See, my Cortana doesn't work anymore.
You can also hit the start button and just start typing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Cortana doesn't work anymore.
Hmm.
I was trying to find any possible way that I could to get rid of it because I didn't even want it anymore, and I broke it.
Oh, I turned mine off, but I still have it on my start menu. You could also probably find it in the.
I mean, I can type. It'll let me type like 2 letters, and then it'll just close the start menu.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just like, and after, what was that, 3 weeks ago when Will was like, hey, you should play this game, I really don't like things taking control of my laptop anymore.
Was it Doki Doki Literature Club?
That is exactly what it was.
I don't know why I knew this. Fucking goddamn it.
So,
Okay, so
would
that's
that
plus
have
5.
taken the one, the Numidium? The rest of it?
Plus
Oh yeah,
2,
that would be the rest of the Numidium.
2.
All right, cool. So you guys are good. And I'm assuming you're going to try to spend the next 5 days in camp.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Would you guys be alright waiting 5 days for my armor to finish?
5 days. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
and we can also see if they find a current router for us and Siege's men get back alright.
I can work on my cooking.
Yeah, you can work on
You
your
can.
cooking.
You guys
Speaking
will
of
have
which,
5 downtime days.
I never asked how many of those I would need.
So we have some special rules for downtime days. You have to spend. The standard is to train a skill to be proficient. You have to spend 250 days on it, and you have to spend a gold per day. But you can also you can also accelerate the time by spending more money. So the more you spend, the faster you train the skill, and the fastest you can go. Hold on, I've got Hens Randy house rules here.
And don't forget to add money to his sheet.
Oh yeah,
Our sheet.
Will, could you add money
Yep,
to
I
sheet
got it.
for me? Thanks. So, knowledge is power. When using custom downtime training rules, downtime training 250 days and 250 gold, 125 days with 500 gold, 50 days with 1,000 gold. You can also reduce the training time by subtracting your relevant score from the total days, minimum of 30. So the fastest you can train a skill is 50 minus the total skill for that, that relevant thing. And for cooking, it's wisdom.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
What's your
that's-
wisdom?
0.
Oh, okay. So 50 days for 1,000 gold. Or no, it's relevant score. So yeah, it's score, not modifier. So it would be 40 days is the fastest you can go because your wisdom's
okay.
10. So
And that's 50 days, 1,000 gold. How much gold is that a day?
1,000 divided by 50. I can't do that in my head because it's 20 gold a day. And the second fastest option is 125 days, 500 gold, which is
Right now, I'm just doing like a gold a day right now.
oh my gosh, I can't type. Which is 4 gold a day. So
How much is Arcana for me?
Arcana, it's the same price as like what I just mentioned. That's for all skills.
Even if I use help with Rail, Rail
Yep.
helps.
Well, if Rail helps, it can reduce the cost, not necessarily the time.
The time is fine, so that's like 2 gold a day, or 3 gold a day.
No, it can reduce the cost by like 25% max. And that's with somebody that's already proficient in the skill.
I have
So-
expertise.
Okay, so yeah, 25% because expertise. Fucking Lily over here with your goddamn fucking expertise and goddamn everything fucking shit.
Well, she only has expertise in Arcana and religion.
I know, and she rolls like 43s.
I know. What's great.
That's scary.
To be fair, guidance is also a thing.
Yeah, guidance is a big thing for her. But
So,
Let me find it.
I like magic.
I don't blame you.
And being smart.
I like seeing Bart.
Oh.
so 125 days and how much gold a day?
Would be 4 gold a day.
Okay.
So.
So 4 gold a day minus 20% is 25% is
Is 3 gold a day for you if you're getting help from Rel
3.
because of the Arcana stuff, the Arcana proficiency.
Okay.
So, and you're training in Cook's tools or
Not me.
Yeah.
okay, Cook's tools, yeah. So
So I'm gonna have to wait to see if he finds that current router. If not,
All right. So 5 days. You guys can go ahead and work on your downtime stuff.
Question.
Yeah.
Can I help her with that while still getting the progress towards what I'm working on?
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm not gonna fuck around with it.
Okay.
Oh. Yes.
Oh God. All right.
But your days are very busy.
I mean, yeah, I figured.
So,
Mm,
Do also have to talk to Haruka.
okay. First, Eve, roll me an investigation check.
17.
Okay. They find one of these current routers that's available for sale.
For sale.
For sale. Mm-hmm. Or trade. One of the two. But I think you've already traded in all your current routers.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 100 gold.
I do not.
But you don't have one.
But this essentially allows you to get it for 15 gold cheaper because he said he'd do it for the rest of it for that current router. So if you buy that current router, give it to him. Instead of 115 gold, you're paying him 100 extra
Yeah,
gold.
no.
So
Would you be willing to do 5 Dawn Shards and the rest in gold?
roll a persuasion check.
11.
Oof. Dawn shards are pretty useful. You know, 5 Dawn shards would be 15 each.
75 gold total.
Shit. Tell you what. I'll do it, but you're giving me 45 gold and the 5 Dawn shards.
Oh my god, my stupid freaking mouse. I don't know how to work.
Holy shit, I got them all to stack. Whoa, I'm a fucking wizard. Hold on. I'll just stack nickels on top of each other. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Okay,
Whoa.
I'll do that.
Fucking gravity is at my beck and call. Okay, anyways. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright.
I knew 45
So, yeah,
gold and
you
Dawn
get-
Shards.
You get your little moss stone.
Awesome.
And you could also get your armor at this point.
And I exchange it for the...
Okay. And I don't have an item card prepared for this because I didn't think you'd actually get done with it this session. But this is Displacer Beast armor. Once per day, you can activate its effect, which lasts for a minute. For the next minute, any attack rolls, any melee attack rolls on you have disadvantage.
What about for the gloves?
Right, the gloves. The gloves are essentially a poor man's gloves of thieving. They don't go invisible while they're on you, but they do give you a +2 bonus to checks to try and disarm locks.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Now I can sell my armor, which I'm going to do. My studded leather
Okay.
armor.
it's studded.
Yes,
Just as a note, you will lose an AC with this Displacer Beast.
that's fine.
So, yeah, studded leather armor sells for into the tune. Go ahead and roll me just a d20 just to figure out the price here.
You had studded leather armor?
Yeah, she did because
Shit.
she bought her shit at the start.
Yep.
Wait, do
I
you
think-
need it?
I don't remember, because I know I have hide armor.
Oh, you have hide.
Wait, leather is light, isn't it?
Yeah, leather's light.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So, all right. Yeah, the studded leather armor does work out. They'll give you 20 gold for it.
That's fine.
Okay,
It's gold.
20 gold for your studded leather. There you go.
Let's see, it's just normal leather armor, right?
Yep, it is normal leather armor.
That's
And
fine.
then once per day, you can activate the effect that essentially gives you the Displacer Beast's effect, but for the next minute instead of the whole time. Or let me reread this. Hold on. Because this is an actual magical item. This isn't something I made up. Holy fuck, I cannot remember what it's called now. Oh, okay. Sorry, I actually told you wrong. So this is active all the time.
Oh.
While you wear this armor, okay, you have almost like a double that kind of walks with you. It's like a second illusion, but they're not like separate from you. They occupy almost exactly the same space. It just makes you kind of harder to pin down. Any creature has a disadvantage on attack rolls against you. However, if you take damage with the armor, there's a cloak as well. But with the armor, the property ceases to function until you finish a long rest.
Oh shit.
So it gives them disadvantage on attack rolls against you, but when you take damage, the property just stops working after that.
Okay.
So that's how this works. The cloak works slightly differently. The cloak it restarts on your next turn, which is insane.
Okay.
But that's also why it's a very rare item.
Awesome. I'm glad I waited for it.
So okay.
Okay, so
It is one less AC, but disadvantage and stuff is cool.
yep, that's. I mean, if they got a disadvantage, I mean, why not, right?
All right. You need to talk to Haruka.
Yes.
21.
Okay. She is in her usual place, minding her usual business.
Her shack.
Yep. Not Rorschach, her shack. Haha.
Yes.
Yep. Just okay. So
I guess
Did
I
you
go
enter
insert password, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, you enter into the shack. Yes. Word is that you have not departed on your new mission.
No. The tribunal has told me that they will stay away from. They're not going to bother with the pillar, as they
Excellent.
believe it is a key to a gate mentioned in, well, I believe you know the journal.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes. I did try to get on the investigative team. I did not get a straight answer. So I'm not sure if they will send someone out while I'm away, and that was just a front. Tend not to trust other people.
Well, failure is never becoming, but I suppose it can't be helped with novices. I suppose this is fixable. Did they tell you any more information about this gate?
They believe it is a way out of here.
A way out of here?
Yes. Did I mention that she thought the pillar was a key?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Well, I suppose that would make it very important. Very well. Carry on with your tasks.
So, I have a question, if I may.
Yes?
Knowing that the pillar is, or may potentially be a key to this gate, do you still want me to destroy it?
Yes. If they decide that they're going to poke too far into it, I want it gone.
So you're okay being stuck down here?
There's no such thing as stuck. That's a temporary state of being.
How do I want to word this?
Oh, look here, you dumb bitch.
No.
No, that seems appropriate.
But one could argue that a being capable of or being made entirely out of, this altar you mentioned could potentially cast a spell strong enough to keep us locked down here.
Potentially, but I don't think there's a being made of the altar. I think it's just the crystal itself. Now, whether this being has control over the altar or not is a different story. That is indeed quite interesting, though.
Okay. One last question before I leave again. You mentioned you were looking for current routers. What specifically?
There is one specific kind of current router that I desperately need, though I doubt any of us will find any down here. They're generally confined to the mines of Nordatero. She kind of leans back, and she has at this point like this kind of hand-rolled cigarette, and she leans back and just takes a big draft out of it.
Oh my gosh, she's a French bitch.
She's totally a French bitch. Like, imagine Cruella de Vil. That's 100%
Yeah.
Haruka. This is the kind of chick that would skin puppies for a new coat. Well, let me put it this way. Current routers aren't all gemstones. There is a subclass of current routers that are made of precious metals. And there's one that forms out of platinum. If I could get my hands on that, why, I wouldn't have very many problems.
Do you have a description for me?
Look for platinum that's giving off extremely large amounts of etheric magic. It's just like any other current router.
Does that give off a physical light?
Like most of them, yes.
Okay.
Do me a favor and don't attune to it. Once you find out what it does, you won't want to part with it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else I should keep an eye out for?
No, I believe that'll do. Carry on.
Okay. They have sent us to continue our search for floor 3, so...
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Motherfucker. 20.
Nice, you succeed. Kind of feel something kind of tickle your brain for a minute, and she just smiles at you and cocks her head to the side. On you go.
Alright. She walks out.
Okay.
She's trying to displace me.
No.
No, she tried to read your mind and make you leave.
Ah.
Yeah, she tried to read your mind.
I was wondering when that was going to come into play.
Alright. So,
I swear to God, she's in with it.
and then the 5 days pass.
Okay,
Amalia.
I would have done this.
Amalia. You have a pretty chill 5 days. What does Amalia do in her spare time? Like, you're working on cooking, but outside of that, what are you doing?
I don't really know right now. There's something I meant to talk to you about yesterday,
Uh-oh.
and I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So I guess for now, just cooking, probably playing around a little bit with her magic.
Okay. And the night before the 5th night, or the 5th night, I guess, when it passes, you go to bed exhausted from the day. Got a lot of work done with your cooking stuff. You're making some good progress. And you settle in for the night. And before you know it, you're soaring through the sky. You look down and trees and farmland are passing you by like lightning. And you just keep going and keep going. Eventually, over the mountains, these mountains that you recognize as the Felrindalar. And over the icy sea beyond those, past Kranita Chrono. And then you veer suddenly to the left. These two massive wings carrying you on a gust of air. And then before you know it, you're staring down at the place that you had originally arrived, the upper echelon of Deep Hollow. Your vision peaks downwards, and suddenly you're diving and diving. You see this large crack in the ground, which has opened up from the time that everyone had been swallowed by the earth. It dives down into the forward camp, makes its way around bends and corners, and it's almost too rapid to follow, but then before you know it, you're on floor 2. You recognize some of this, past the crossroads, go past the kobold encampment, and then you reach the Crystal Spire. Find this one. He is your quarry. And the Crystal Spire glows from a bright white to a dark black. And then suddenly you're back in camp, wide awake. And noted, she gives you a big smile back, a kind of, well, fuck you, stupid bitch kind of smile.
Oh, that was, yeah, Rels was absolutely like a, yeah.
So,
Fuck
yeah,
off.
Amalia, you have a great night.
Sounds like a great night.
Right?
Okay.
You
Yes.
go ahead and roll me. I want you to roll me a charisma check for this one, or persuasion check rather.
Persuasion?
Yeah, roll me a persuasion check. Okay, plenty good. You how the fuck do you have +6 to persuasion? What the fuck?
Not sure.
Hole. What's your charisma?
2. I don't have a modifier to it.
What the fuck?
You have expertise in persuasion?
Do you?
Maybe.
Do you have the diplomat feat?
No.
You shouldn't. Huh.
I might
That's
have
really weird.
I might have switched my performance to persuasion.
Okay.
Because I would have expertise in persuasion, and that would explain it. Because I'm a rogue, remember?
Oh yeah, you're a rogue. You have expertise in a bunch of shit. That's right, Durr. I was like, how the fuck are you getting expertise? Okay, yeah. You're a rogue. That's right. Okay, so
Woof! Right over his head.
listen, I'm so used to you being a fucking warlock. I'm like, whoa, that's right. You're not a fucking warlock. Well, I mean, I guess you are, but you're a different type of warlock now. Okay, so yeah, good enough. You convince Pierre on the last night. He wakes up and he's like, oh, fucking head. And you convince him that you guys just drank too much. So.
If you want, I'll give you a back massage.
No, I've gotta get to work. I'm gonna want me on the guard today.
I'll
So.
get some rest.
Aww. He was a really sweet slut. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
She is. She, like,
mean it.
you think about it. Most mind eaters would not stay with their prey. They would kill them. You doesn't want to kill them.
She's like, good Ezekiel.
Good Ezekiel.
She's like Azzy if he'd not been beaten up as a kid.
My brain went to Azzy Asborn.
Oh my god.
Oh God, no.
Alright, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna bite this head off a bat. It's like Aussie Asborn.
Yeah. She sits there and, she lays there and watches them. Watches over him.
Watches that. There you go. That sounds a little less creepy.
Are we not doing phrasing?
Phrasing, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 days pass and all of you get all of your good shit done. Are you departing or are you just quitting, giving up and ending the campaign here?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Just to piss you off.
It wouldn't piss me off. I'd switch us right over to the RuneScape campaign. I've already got it done.
3, that scares me.
What scares you?
The RuneScape campaign.
Oh.
That's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
have no idea what RuneScape is.
It's the best shit ever.
It's very complicated and complex.
It's not complicated or complex. EVE Online is complicated and complex. RuneScape is like some good shit. Okay. With that, you are given another 5 days rations, each of you. And they also tell you that there will be an escort to the Ford camp. They are going to work on, or to the crossroads. They are going to work on establishing a Ford operating base there.
Okay.
So
they gave us those 5 days rations like as we leave.
Yes.
Okay. Also, I need to know the answer to that question before we leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should we have found somebody to break up those diamonds, or are you good holding them around?
I can hold on to them just fine.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. By the way, I should add firebolt to my sheet.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, you can just drag and drop firebolt. It's just a normal ass firebolt. So
Fireball is like a level 4 spell, right?
Yeah.
Fireball's level 3, yeah.
Oh, level 3? Oh, okay, that's not as bad.
Yes, come in. Yes, I am. You cannot restart the router. Telling you, it's the face! Alright. So. We will be ending here shortly. There's not going to be any combat this session. We're going to get out into the field and then end the session at a certain point. So.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Once we break off from the people that are going with us to the crossroads, Rel has something. Like Rel stops everyone and has something to say.
Well,
well,
you don't get to that point yet.
the DM
well, yes, I
has
know.
forgotten something.
What did I forget?
I said I also see if the druids wanted this place to be famous.
Oh, actually, one of the druids would take them for like 3 gold a thing.
3 gold.
That'd be 18 gold.
Okay, that's fine.
They're like, oh, dude, I could make a necklace. They don't talk like that.
Oh God, I hope not. Times 3.
One of them's just like zoink, Scoob.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll take that. Divided by 4.
Shaggy's one of the druids.
That is
He's just
another 4 gold
munching-
and 5 silver.
Munching Scooby snacks. Off in the corner, he's like, you don't even know half of my power, man. That was like Morty. Oh God. All right, so exiting the encampment, you begin your journey out towards the crossroads. I do not need an encounter die for this one because I don't think any ooze is going to attack the force that is now with you. And believe me, they are a scary bunch of motherfuckers. You have 15 people with you right now. And all of them are heavily trained, heavily armed members of the Astorian Explorers Guild. There is a Vigil Magebinder with you. And there are 2 Ordinators, and then there is 2 mages from the Mages Association. The rest of them are Astorian Explorers Guild people. You do make it to the crossroads. Unharmed. Unscathed. Which direction do you choose to go?
I think we were going down, right?
Yeah, south.
Yeah.
Okay, you would head south? Okay.
Can we have that map, by the way?
Yep, I'm switching you over here right now. Okay. So, would you be headed back to the, here, I should actually move you guys further inwards. Hold on. I'm gonna light some shit up for you.
Yeah, you forgot to light that up.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you guys went a fucking long ass way.
Oh shit. What was this big cavernous area?
Not really anything. It was basically just a big ass cavernous area.
Okay.
Probably
There-
another
there-
encounter.
Yeah, there are like higher chances for random encounters in there, but
Gotcha.
basically just a big ass cave. Okay.
That's pretty. At least you made it pretty on the map.
Why, thank you.
Where does it turn south at? Oh, right here.
Right there.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, so that wasn't even almost halfway there. Holy shit.
yeah, it's not far from the Kobold encampment.
I thought it was halfway there.
Yeah, I played with time kind of funky there. Okay. So you begin to head south. But as you begin to head south, we'll just put you right here. As you begin to head south, one of the men yells out, "Ah! No!" And you all turn around and you see spawning from the ground around you are not 2 or 3, but 10, 12, 15, 16 stone men rising out of the ground, and you can see oozes dropping from the ceiling. One of the men is taken down immediately, stabbed in the stomach by one of the stone men with just this long rapier-like sword. And you see one man turn around, one of the stone men turn around, and you can see he's wearing a similar outfit to the one that you had fought before. And he raises a blade up in the air and he says, "It's so nice to make your acquaintance," and bows. And that is where we're going to end the session.
What?
Yep.
Aw.
But we normally go till 10:30.
I know, but my head really hurts.
Aw.
And we've played 3 sessions within the span of like 7 days. I can't right now. I need just a little, I'll just need a little.
Did Siege's men come back?
Oh yeah, they did.
And do they have a map of the area that I asked for?
They do. I will give you a little bit more information on this then.
Okay, I wanted to.
There is a couple of paths. So.
Okay.
Why you gotta do that to me?
Because my head really hurts.
Okay.
I had something important to say. Fuck.
Make sure to
I'm
note it
so
all
sorry.
down for next session.
Rel's gonna turn around and just confess her love for gemstones.
No.
She's
A
like,
love
I've got to tell you guys,
No.
I'm gymsexual.
No, it was seriously like really
I
important.
believe it.
What was it? You can message it to me.
It was.
Oh god, my brain.
I love how you were like selling how big and strong these 15 men were. And then
So
this
big and
happens. Like, one of them just immediately falls. Like,
Not very strong.
Well, I mean, when you get jumped surprise round by some of these ooze folk, they will murder you. So
They shouldn't
yeah,
have had their
that's
guard
where
down.
the session needs to end. My fucking head hurts too much to keep going. I kind of plan to end it here anyway, so. Not the most exciting session, I apologize for that, but next session's going to be pretty fucking insane, so.
I mean, we did have 3 sessions in 7 days. So...
Yeah, that's something I actually have a little trouble keeping up with, to be fair, so.